Welcome back to the Bylls TV show. Today, we're in the Alaskan wilderness, but this time it's winter. It's a crisp, negative 45 degrees Celsius. That's something else for you Yanks. We'll be jumping out of a Toyota minivan at an altitude of around 1 meter. Okay, so I found this glass jar buried in the snow, and it's always important to stay hydrated in any environment. So what we'll do is we'll fill this glass jar up with snow. That's the great thing about the winter, is that in most places in the northern hemisphere during the winter, you'll always be surrounded by lots and lots of water. So what we'll do is we'll pack this snow in, and by the time it's melted, you ought to have around 2 tablespoons. So what you'll want to do is just pack the glass jar full of snow, cap it off, and then put it in an inside pocket somewhere that it'll get it warm. Alrighty, now we're good to go. Let's be off. Source of food. Definitely need to be ready in case it shows up. Alright, looks like I got it. Come on. Look at this. Nice. Alright, let's skin her up. Since it's so cold out here, it's frozen, but once we build a fire, we'll cook this baby right up. So, we are collecting birch bark for a fire because it's getting close to dark. And so we'll just strip the birch bark right off the tree. It comes off quite easily, very flammable. And if you're worrying about hurting the tree, remember, trees don't have feelings. Alright, most often a proper fire won't need any encouragement of any sort to light up properly. Just get it going. Sometimes encouragement is necessary. Alright, let's get the meat cooking. If you get the actual meat on fire, it cooks a lot faster. In many cases, people out in the wilderness will think that, well, they're lucky to even have food, much less tasty food. Well, I believe that if you're out in the wilderness, you might as well have tasty food. So, a good source of herbs and seasonings in the wild are onions, chives, even grass can add a bit of a flavor. But unfortunately, those are all summer products. But what I did find with me here is MSG. This will be really tasty. Lighter fluid. That was great. Okay, so we cleaned up the fire. It's all put out. Make sure no every single spark was gone completely. We don't want to force fire because look at all these flammable materials with nothing to put it out. So definitely want to make sure top priority putting out the fire. All right. So now since it's getting dark, we'll go find a place to bed down for the night. Okay, let's go. Okay, so it's dark now. We're going to need to build a shelter. So I've already started kicking the snow to this place. This is just going to be a one-man shelter. Just kick all the snow down and get to the moss. The moss is a great insulator. So we'll kick all the snow out, and after it's all done, we'll collect the moss from the ground in the surrounding area and make just a little blanket thing out of it. Alrighty, so we've got it all cleared out, and we'll start collecting the moss. Okay, so I've weaved that pile of moss into this blanket. Not too hard, just it's instinctual, it's kind of hard to explain. Just when you bundle it together and you flatten it out, it kind of makes itself into a blanket form. So you do it with a lot, makes it into a nice blanket. Now you can just wrap yourself in it and bed down for the night. Finally, those idiots have stopped filming me. Let's see what Donald Trump has tweeted. Are you kidding me? What? Okay, it's morning. And the best part is about this blanket is it's 100% biodegradable. You just toss it there, nobody'll notice. Alright, let's head out. Hey, look, there's a trail. I think that this should be the trail that they dropped my package off at. I think it's got like a vehicle and a dog. I think it's got a dog too. Alright, let's go. Oh. No, when they said a vehicle, I was expecting a bit more. Stupid low budget producers. I mean, at least a four-wheeler. It's not happening.
No. Go ahead. Wow. Oh, I'm not supposed to talk.
It's so cold out here, it's frozen, but... Whoop.